Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Now for a couple weeks now I've been exploring dead or forgotten content in RuneScape, and today I'm going to continue on with that. There's a lot of content that has been forgotten, so it's taken a couple videos to explore it all, but today we're going to be looking at more content that I'm pretty sure nobody uses unless they're playing a really weird restricted Ironman or something, I don't know. Now I am not really of the opinion that this content needs to be changed necessarily, it's just for the most part old and outdated and doesn't really fit into the current game. As always, if you do enjoy the video, don't forget to leave it a like, always helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, and let's get started. Now to start things off here, we have a really interesting fetch quest that I'm pretty sure not that many people participate in. It's actually located in the Cooking Guild from an NPC called Romilly Weeklax. Now he runs a pie shop in there, and he'll actually get you to do errands for a cash reward. Okay, so first up here, we're going to go to the Cooking Guild where he's located. And once you're here, go ahead and talk to Romilly and ask him if he needs any help. Now he says he needs help baking pies and he'll pay well for them. Now he says he's going to pay well for them. I have my doubts for sure, but anyway, 23 mud pies, fine, let's go ahead and make those for him. To start off here, let's just go see if we can buy the mud pies and just straight up give them to him. Okay, Romilly, how smart are you? I've got those pies you wanted. Oh, thank you very much. 1,541 coins. Oh my god. Definitely got scammed on that one. Okay, I lost about 200 GP. Let's try that again. Do you need any help with pies? 17 wild pies. Alright. Alright, so these 17 pies cost me 14,773 coins. Okay, how much are wild pies worth then? They are worth... Ugh. Come on, man. Fun fact though, it looks like if you turn in the Admiral Pie and maybe the Fish Pie, you would actually profit. But in the end, not a good moneymaker, definitely an underused and, dare I say, pointless piece of content. Now next up here we have a really interesting piece of content in a location I despise, and that is the Viyeldi Cave Barrel. Now for anyone who has done a fair amount of Master Clues, you'll know this step really sucks. During the Legends quest, there is this weird complicated dungeon that requires multiple different items to get through and takes a while to run down to the bottom. However, located deep within the cave is one of the most interesting pieces of content in the entire game, granted not particularly useful, and that is the Viyeldi Barrel. Okay, so we finally made it here. Let's go ahead and open some of these barrels. Now the Viyeldi Barrel is probably one of the weirdest pieces of content in the game. Not only does it have a really weird drop table of a ton of different items, sometimes just NPCs will come out of it, so we have to fight a couple things as well. Let's go ahead and smash one. Okay, there's a hill giant in this one, okay. I don't think that guy actually fit. Now there is one notable drop here, and that is a shark, which can be kind of useful for Ironman, but for the most part, it's just weird. Like, that rat there spawned with a piece of cheese, and I don't know why. I've never even seen this flying pig bat before. Okay, this monster is literally not located anywhere else, just in the cave here. That's so weird. It drops most of the types of logs, mithril bars, half-eaten pies, just the lot. For the most part, though, it doesn't seem particularly useful, but a really interesting piece of content, granted, pretty outdated. Okay, next up here we have another really obscure item, and that is the ship ticket. Now the ship ticket has one purpose and can be obtained just from a few different locations. Now first up here you can get it from a Viyeldi Cave Barrel, just where our last location was, it's just in the barrel for some reason. You can buy it from Saraville, which is located pretty close to Duradel, or you can buy it from Captain Shanks. Now this ticket is to a boat called the Lady of the Water, and it's possible to actually go from Karamja to Port Khazard or Port Sarim. I've never heard of this boat before and never taken it before, so let's go have a look. Now I'm going to go get the ship ticket in Shiloh Village, or we're just going to go up this ladder here and talk to Saraville. Right here, I've ran past this guy a million times, never knew what he's for. Yep, that sounds great, let's buy a ship ticket to the Lady of the Water. There we go, we got it. Now the Lady of the Water is located a little bit south of the Karn Islands, right over here. And that's it. From here we can go to Port Khazard or Port Sarim, a boat I had never heard about. Let's go to Port Sarim just for fun. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any way to get back because they just boot you onto the dock here, but still just a really interesting travel location. Who knows, maybe it will be useful in Trailblazer, I don't know. Now next up here we have one of the weirdest minigames in RuneScape, and that is the Wise Old Man Task List. A very old and obscure minigame that most people don't know about, and provides you with some really interesting rewards. Now the Wise Old Man has quite a few different types of tasks. There are easy tasks and hard tasks, but there's also quite a few different types as well. You can deliver letters, kill things under a bed, and fetch items for them. Okay, for example here, let's go ahead and get a task from him. We'll go ahead and talk to him. How weird, apparently I already had a task. Could you fetch me some big warhammers made of bronze? Okay, 6 bronze warhammers, you got it. Now what's kind of interesting about this is you can also get prayer and hit points experience just from completing the tasks, which is very unique. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk to him again. Okay, so we're going to get a simple blessing this time. We ended up getting about 300 prayer experience. Not bad, I guess. Okay, anything I can do for you again? Unfired pie dishes. Alright, I guess I'll do that. Oh my god, this is a weird item. Our second reward is going to be 384 prayer experience. That's not actually that bad, kind of interesting. Okay, let's try it again here. Our third reward is going to be more prayer experience. Alright, well, this guy seems to only be giving me one thing. But like I said, you can also get hit points experience, you can get gems as a reward, runes, herbs, and even coins. A really interesting mechanic, but I can't fathom what the point of it is. Kind of a fun little diversion. Okay, so next up here we have another one of the weirdest little minigames in Gielinor, and that is the Dorgesh-Kaan market trading minigame, I guess you would call it. Essentially, it involves selling different types of food to the different goblins around the Dorgesh-Kaan area, and is actually surprisingly complicated for something that pretty much nobody does. Clearly a lot of thought was put into it though. Now essentially the way it works is there are these gourmet cave goblins in the Dorgesh-Kaan market area, and they want to try out a bunch of new food. Now essentially what you do is you just give them a piece of food if they're interested in it, and then you try to haggle on a price. So let's try 800 coins. Don't be absurd, it's clearly not worth that much. What? Okay, well let's try 200 coins. It's a bit much for me. What? 150 coins? That's fair, I'll take one. God damn it. Apparently every NPC in Gielinor is just kind of a scammer. Okay, what about this guy? Do you want Admiral Pie? Ah, that looks horrid. Admiral Pie, come on, 300 coins. What? Why is the Admiral Pie valued so highly? Okay, there we go. I think we just profited 100 GP, woohoo. They don't call me flipping old school for nothing. Now if you want to try this out, even though it's questionable at best, you do need to unlock it by speaking to Lurgon and then one of the counselors, as if this content was that good, you needed to unlock it. Still, in my opinion, extremely interesting and an obscure piece of content that I don't think many people know about. Now the final piece of content I want to talk about today is another item, and that is the bolt pouch. A very obscure item that I don't think anybody uses, but interestingly enough, I think it could be useful in potential future content, or maybe for Ultimate Iron Man. Now the bolt pouch is pretty self-explanatory, it just holds bolts. Now to get one you need to talk to Herco, who is located in Keldegrim in the main building. First up here you want to talk to him, go through his lengthy chat option, and then you can eventually buy one for 1500 GP. So there we go, we got a bolt pouch now, and it does pretty much what you'd expect it to, it just holds different types of bolts. Now this actually does seem kind of useful, but there just isn't really a piece of content right now that would require you to hold 4 different bolts. As normally your bolts are already equipped and not taking up an inventory spot, you would need to at least need 3 separate types of bolts for this to be worth it as an inventory spot. If there was ever a piece of content that required you to have 4 or 5 different types of bolts to kill it, this would actually then become pretty useful. That said, I had never heard about it before until about a couple months ago, so I definitely think it fits the bill of dead content or obscure content, but could be useful. Now before I go here guys, I want to give a massive thank you to RevolverOcilot, Kush Patel, TzTokBunny, and BradSings for subscribing at my Dragon tier of YouTube membership. And another huge thank you to Double Talk, Heathen OSRS, and BassTitch. Thank you so much for making the dream possible guys, I really appreciate your support. If any of you guys are looking for another way to support the channel, becoming a YouTube member is an awesome way to do so. You'll be immortalized in my videos, get a custom Discord role, and get access to my video release schedule. Thank you so much guys, and I'll see you next time.